Okay, this is part 3. There will be interruptions. I will not be deleting this video. Alright, so y'all gonna have to deal with the interruptions just like I gotta deal with the interruptions. Do not be surprised if you hear me scream. I know you see those goddamn lights. Because they're on. Anyway, I had made part 3 before. I didn't want siblings, children in the fucking video, so that killed that shit. Um, I did some other videos that got deleted, and it's been all around a bad fucking day. Alright? It's been a bad fucking day. I'm in a good spot. I deleted all those videos, even the one that I probably should have posted because it was important to get that shit off my chest. Unfortunately, it was also revealing way too much about how horrible, pathetic my life actually is. So, we're not going to go there. But just understand, chase your dreams. Don't let nobody stop you. Fight for everything you want. Fight for everything you have. And anybody get in your way, stomp a mud hole in their ass. Legally. Because legally, that's illegal. But legally, if you can find a way to give somebody a sock party and not go to jail, there you go. Anyway, as a Generation Xer growing up mixed in the 80s, in the 90s, and in the 70s, because I was born in 73, so you start school at 6. So you guys can figure out when I turned 6. Actually, you start school at 5 back in my day. So when I turned 5, I was in school. I had to jump on people because I could read just a little bit. I don't know what's wrong with my reading now because my reading totally fucking sucks. But any fucking how, let's get down with this. As I said in the other videos, there are going to be obstacles in the lives of mixed children. And yes, I know. All of this has to go. As a mixed person, I also talked about the differences with the gender and how people were more fascinated with mixed girls than they are with mixed dudes. Mixed dudes were like, yeah. Mixed girls are like, gaga, 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 gaga. Because they want to know if the experience is different, which I'm sure it is. But it's probably not much different than just being a normal girl who's not fucking mixed. So, as I was going to be telling y'all outside, I was going to go into detail about I met mixed girls, I'm not going to say they had it easier, but they've had it lighter, all right? Because I'm not a girl, so I don't know if mixed girls were picked on like us mixed boys. And if you're mixed, please chime in, especially if you're female. I think when it's mixed girls, it's because they have a more exotic or erotic look. They probably don't get it that much. They probably just get this. Let me know when this gets creepy. Following them around like a lost dog. No. Being mixed is it's an adventure. Let's just put it that way. It's a fucking adventure. However, it's probably more of an adventure for a girl than it is for a guy. For a guy, being mixed is a target. For a girl, being mixed is probably a target, but a bright, sparkly bow tied to that target, where a knife is thrown in this target. No. Anyhow, as I said, ignore the noises and the background noises because they clearly can see those goddamn lights. But we're not deleting this video. We are fighting for this video. If you don't get away from my door, you gonna get boots to ass. Anyhow, 1 second. I know you see my goddamn lights. It's enough to drive you to drinking. Also, in the video I deleted, I explained how it would be great to have that one interview with Kevin Feige that could change my life. So if you guys can push that, that would be great. I deleted it because I did a lot of cussing in that video. So, like I said, I give you guys 99.9. I'm not here to pull any lies off because I'm a horrible liar. So, As a mixed kid, I thank God I had martial arts. I thank God that my uncles forced me to fight because I'm short. As a short person, I get the double whammy. I'm short, so I'm always the target. I'm mixed, so I'm always the target. Good news is, I got real good at hurting people. So, yeah, that's another reason why I send warnings, not invitations. And if you're from TikTok and you've seen the first two videos, which I can't say you have, but if you have, I do apologize for this video being so fucking late. But there were obstacles in my way. They're still in my way, but I had to go threaten them. Posthumously, Commander Shepard threats, but, ominous threats of violence, knowing that I have no intention of actually hurting people. But as long as they don't know that, we're good. In fact, I will say that honestly, the hardest part of being me is keeping my hands off of people's necks. Anyway, let's get back down to it. In the 80s, being called the half-breed and stuff, you could actually hit somebody. Nowadays, if somebody calls you a half-breed, it's like bragging rights, and they can say whatever the fuck they want, do whatever the fuck they want. And then maybe not, they might be able to get away with it. Because everybody's so fucking sensitive now. It's just like the same thing with like pronouns and all of that shit. Here's my thing on that. Respectfully to all of y'all who live in the pronoun world, I don't. My name is Echo. What's your name? My name is Bob. My name is Sheila. Sheila's transgender. Bob is gay. Sarah's a lesbian. Guess what? That ain't my motherfucking business. Hi, Bob. Hi, Sheila. Did I say the transgender person name was? Anyway, hi, whatever their name was. I forgot it just that quickly. Not because I'm fucking weird like that. I just totally forgot what I said. Bob, Sheila, Sarah. Sheila was a transgender. Okay, so Sheila's transgender. Nice to meet you. Sarah's lesbian. Bob's gay. And somewhere in between, I may actually find a woman who's actually biologically a woman. Sheila's pronouns are she, him, they. Sarah's pronoun was she, and she, or she, her, she. Yeah, y'all get where I'm going. Bob's pronoun was he, him, she, or he, him, they, or whatever the fuck. Look, just give me your fucking name. Bob, Sarah, Sheila. Good to go. Done talking. I'm not going to sit here and say, hi, she, he, her. Hi, she, her, they. Hi, him, she, here. I don't give a fuck if you identify as a goddamn tree. Just give me your fucking name. That's how we solved that. Now, back in my day, that shit was like not even a thought. It was used, but it wasn't used like it is now, where it's over the fucking top, where you can actually be sued for misidentifying somebody. Motherfucker, look, I don't know what the fuck's under your clothes. How the fuck am I gonna misidentify your fucking gender? You look like a man. I'm sorry. If I've offended anybody in the alphabet community, I am sorry. But I shouldn't be sued for what I see. Alright? I can't sue people who think I'm a Mexican. Okay? I can't do that. Oh, well, he called me Mexican, so I'm going to sue him for $10,000. Knowing the cops and the sheriffs, and then they'll probably look at me and say, well, you are Mexican. And I'm like, well, my birth certificate says that I'm black. And they'll probably look at me and laugh the black right off my ass. Because they very well may be racist too. That's the example of my generation and Generation X. We weren't exceptionally sensitive, or hear me out, we might have been exceptionally sensitive, but we like to punch people in the mouth. Right? That was kind of our thing. Punch them in the mouth. Yeah, I know you can't punch somebody in the mouth because they misgendered you. That would be assault. But at that same time, don't insult my intelligence and try to sue me for $10,000 that I ain't got because I made a mistake. An innocent mistake. You're not in everybody's day-to-day. So if I can't identify your gender, that's not on me. You came outside, and now if you were cross-dressing or something and I seen you from the back, then I would probably say ma'am. Well, and that has happened to me as a child. Quick story. So me and my best friend at the time, because we lost contact. I never stopped being his best friend. We just lost contact. Wherever you are, Mr. Robinson, I still exist. I spoke to your sister and them like 2 years before COVID. Anyway, so Mr. Robinson and his mom and his little sister and his stepfather, we went to Norfolk and we ate at Fudgy's. They had $12 for a slice of fudge. We didn't eat there, but we got samples, free samples, and you can come back for as many free samples as you want because this mall had it all. Well, it didn't have it all, but it had 3 floors. And you went to the mall by ferry, or at least we went to the mall by ferry from Newport News or Hampton or wherever the fuck we went. We got on a ferry and went to the mall. I don't remember if we got in a car or not, but I know we got on a ferry. We went on a boat. We got off at the mall. We got back on the ferry. We went back to Newport News. I spent the night there, and eventually I wound up going home. Anyway, thank you to the Robinsons for that adventure. Lloyd and I was walking. We were talking about G.I. Joes and shit. And there was a dude with really long hair. And surprisingly enough, he had a nice ass. I thought it was a woman. My brother Lloyd Robinson thought it was a woman. We were both talking, I was like, damn, that woman is hot as fuck. Now, her hand and his girlfriend's hand was in each other's hip pockets. Kind of some shit like this. Like their arms was crossed. Now, kids being kids, we whistled. And we were fucked up when they turned around. The blonde was the woman. And she had that Billie Jean haircut. For those who did not see The Legend of Billie Jean, it's a really good movie with what is her name? Christian Slater's sister. Because he's in the movie too. What the fuck is her name? Helen Slater. So Helen Slater and Christian Slater, they had a movie called The Legend of Billie Jean. It came out about the time we went to go see that. When the chick that we thought was a chick turned around, she had that John Oates mustache, you know, from Hall & Oates. She had that mustache. She was not a she was a he. And the girl was drop dead fucking gorgeous, who had a flat ass. So we thought that was the man. You understand how that could happen? Thank God we lived back then instead of today. Me and Lloyd have been doing some time. Because, I mean, when they both turned around, and me and him looked at each other like, what the fuck? Let me explain that. See my ponytail? Right there? Dude had a mullet, and his hair was right there. And again, no homo. From the back, he had the nicest ass I ever seen on a man. So we lived and we learned from that. So you have to understand that as a Generation Xer, we learned some shit through trial and error. I'm never going to get the pronouns right. So I specifically say, just give me your fucking name. I won't be fucking messing anything up other than the fact that if I don't see you every day, I'm not going to remember your name. That's just me. Had a couple concussions. So I'm really bad with names. But I never forget a face. And especially if it's a girl. I've never forgotten that man's face. He's got to be pushing about 80 years old by now. Because I was like 12 and I'm 50 now. So if he's still alive, I hope him and his girlfriend are still together. But it was the fucking weirdest shit that had ever happened to us. Because we thought that he was the chick and she was the dude. Because of the way their bodies were shaped. Most women are pretty rumply. As a straight man, we don't look at other men's butts. We just don't do that shit. As kids, we didn't do that shit. We looked at women's butts. Or at least we thought they were women. In that case, it wasn't a woman. So, as a Generation Xer, you know, going with other people, you know, they could tell that I wasn't I wasn't Lloyd's cousin or brother because I didn't look nothing like them. You know, I was like the adopted kid. That's what it looked like if anybody who had asked said no. And we went to the Virginia Science Museum. We learned about horseshoe crabs, all that good shit. But again, as a Generation Xer, now Lloyd and them never had said anything racist or any of that shit. Mom, beautiful woman, never did anything wrong to me. School teacher, no, beautiful woman. Anyway, little sister, pain in the ass, grew up to be a beautiful woman, just like her mother, just like their grandmother, who treated me like I was her own. But for the world around us, man, you know, it was like, why they got this mixed kid? You know, there's been some shit. And the thing when you're a mixed kid and you show it, you know, like people can see, like if I'm in a crowd with black people, you can point me out. All right, you can literally point me out. If I'm in a crowd with Mexicans, you probably can't point me out. And the reason why I say that is one time I was riding past people that I knew and they didn't know it was me. I spoke to them because I ride by, hey, and they didn't know it was me. Another time I was walking home from work. A mom who looks white drove right past me. I tried to flag her down. Hours later, when she finally got home, said, why you didn't give me a ride? She's like, that was you? I was like, yeah. She said, I thought that was a Mexican kid. So, there's that. So you have to understand, as a mixed person, these things have happened to us on more occasions than we can count. I know I'm not alone. When I got to high school, I met a girl who was half black and half Chinese. She in turn thought that I was half black and half Chinese. And I had to explain to her, no, I'm not Chinese. I am part Native American. I was in the 12th grade. She was in the 9th grade. She was from Alexandria. Hopefully she's living well and doing fine and all the other shit. I'm not so lucky, but it is what it is. So, you know, like I said, through school, when you met mixed girls, they were a commodity. They were the monolith. Mixed dudes were dudes. No one gives a flying fuck about us. Until they're talking about you behind your back. Yeah, bet that mixed kid can't do this, that mixed kid can't do that, bet that mixed kid can't fight. That mixed kid could do a lot of things. The one thing he couldn't do was resist. Anyway, that being said, you know, as a mixed person growing up in a Generation X era, we had to take racism on the chin. Alright, we literally had to take it on the chin. And it was everywhere. It was everywhere. It was an unspoken rule, but it was everywhere. And in Charlottesville, it was bad, but it was hidden. It was hidden right up until the incident where Miss Hire lost her life. Prior to that, you know, racist things happened, but they only made the news depending on the situation. Like anything that happened at the university, if it was racist, it made the news. In those cases, there were a few girls who were the victim of racism because they were mixed. One girl was Asian and black, and one girl was white and Asian or white and black. I don't really know how to detail, but they did spray the N-word on her car. It was a white car, and the other girl, they did something else to her car. All kinds of vandalism and stuff. You know, so, but again, we had to take that shit on the chin. And then, you know, like, as life goes on, you know, I've had a couple of incidences where I should have let some shit go, but I didn't. And I'll tell you about that incident in the video. So, before I go there, I had other incidences that kind of the same. One incident, because I was mixed, is the one ticket in my life that I didn't have to pay for, where the cop thought I was a chick. Like he had been picking on brown girls, so he mostly was pulling over brown girls, and I was the unfortunate last victim that he would ever pull over. Now, I don't know if the cop kept his job, but I do know that the judge ate his ass up that day, because I came in to pay the ticket, and he happened to read the ticket, and then he happened to say, "You're not going to pay your ticket today." And I said, "Yes, I'm paying my ticket." He said, "Why do you want to pay your ticket, son?" I said, "Because He's white, he's right. I'm brown, I'm wrong. I want to pay my ticket and go home. He said, you're not paying your ticket today. And I was like, yes, I am. He said, no, you're not. You're about to testify. I'm like, no, I came here to pay a ticket. I didn't come here to testify. Then he's like, turn around. Turn around. You see those ladies right there? It's like 5 or 6 of them. He said, yeah. That officer that gave you a ticket, how did he address you? He said, excuse me, miss. Thank you, that's all I need. It's like, what? He's like, yeah. That officer had been harassing young black women or brown women, whatever you want to call them, because liquor ship's a thing. So I think maybe one of the ladies might have been Mexican, but the rest of them were black. You know, and he let me get 2 blocks before he gave me the ticket, which I explained to the judge. So yeah, he let me get 2 blocks, and then he pulled me over at the fire station because there really was nowhere to stop. You know, I got past the Greyhound. You know, Greyhound is when he cut the lights on. So I pulled over immediately at the fire station, and when he addressed me as, hey ma'am, because my hair was way longer than this shit. My hair was down there. Anyway, he's one incident. He's not the reason why I cut it, though. I cut it because alcoholic black guys kept following me home thinking that I was a chick. And I had the same facial structural hair. Anyway, so the last incident, and I'm in the video, because I could have let it go. I should have let it go, but I didn't. Because I felt that I was being racially profiled as not even the right race. So I'm walking home from work. I think I was between 21 and 22. Had the long hair. And I'm walking downtown. I'm heading home. I'm on East Main Street or West Main Street. One way or another, I'm on Main Street. And this young lady in a beautiful red dress suit sees me coming. And so she goes across the street, walks up to where Mel's Diner is, and then recrosses the street. And I flipped the fuck out. I should have just kept walking. I know I'm in the wrong. I should have kept walking. But I looked at her. I watched her go past like 4 or 5 thug dudes that I knew were thugs. Like literally were fucking thugs. But they were darker than me. They were like full black guys. And I looked at this woman and I said, and I'll be that same black guy that will save you from those thugs you just walked past. Well, I was like, no ma'am. You saw me and decided that I was going to do something to you. So you would rather walk into a place where people who were literally going to do something to you to avoid me. I'm not a Mexican. I don't have a knife. I don't want you. I'm not going to hurt you in the daytime on West Market Street. It was East Market Street. It was Main Street, excuse me. I said, it's the middle of the day. I just got the fuck off from work. And you think I'm going to attack you. So you walk across the street towards people who actually might attack you. And then you come back across the street. Well, I'm sorry. I said, no, you're not. I said, just remember something. Don't judge a book by its cover. I said, because here's that thing. If the situation would have been you walked to avoid me and you walked into those guys who I personally know would beat you up, you fucked up. You should have just stayed over here. And I, being the douchebag that I am, will go take that beating for you, trying to save you, because your racist ass decided, oh, this might be a Mexican. Now, in the defense of our city, at this time when this was happening, there had been some rumors that Mexicans were cutting people, specifically white people. But it was rumors. It was never confirmed. So that's how that shit happened. So the bottom line is, as a Generation X growing up mixed, we've had it way worse than what you guys got it. And now, as a 50-year-old, I am afraid to ask for anybody what they identify as, because I'm not going to remember that shit. I tell people, especially if you have pronouns and you want to be called by your pronoun, hey, knock yourself the fuck out. If I'm going to talk about you, I will identify you then. But if I'm talking to you, I'm going to talk to you by your fucking name, which you are going to give me. You're going to say, hi, my name is Steven. Or hi, my name is Michael. Even if Michael has boobs. There is an actress. Her name is Michael. Her literal name is Michael. Ryan Reynolds named his daughter James. Anyway, that being said, as a Generation Xer, we walk through hell for you guys to have what you got. We walk through hell racially for people like me to have it better. And it's a little better than it was for y'all than it was for us. Hopefully I worded that right. Anyway, that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. I am sorry this video was different from the one I initially started filming, but then somebody's child got in the way because of other people's lack of fucking responsibility that fucked up my whole goddamn day. Anyway, that being said, thank you guys for watching. Be seeing you.